You're listening to the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. I'm Allison Boyle, aka She Dreams of Alpine, and this is the show that's dedicated to all the adventurous spirits out there who have either been transformed by the outdoors or are interested in what it looks like to step into a new, adventurous, and courageous kind of identity in their life. It doesn't matter what your background is in the outdoors, what age you're starting at, or where you grew up. If you're curious about the outdoors and using adventure as a way to reinvent yourself, you're in the right place. I'll be sharing all kinds of personal adventure stories, lessons I've learned from the mountains, teaching what I know about the outdoors and leadership, and interviewing some amazing adventurous women all along the way. I've been coaching women on becoming safe, confident, and self-sufficient backpackers and leaders of their own adventurous lives since 2018, and I know exactly what big fears and self-doubts can pop up along the way. I have so much to share with you, so let's dive in. Hello everyone, it's Allison, and before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to just kind of give a quick announcement. So I'm taking a little summer break from the podcast. I've got some very exciting personal adventures planned for the summer and also some really epic client trips that are coming up on the horizon. So this pause is really just to give me and my team a little space to breathe and reset and focus in other areas of our business right now. But I didn't want to leave you hanging with nothing to listen to over the summer. So I am going to be sharing something really special. I'm going to be sharing a behind the scenes audio series from my hike on the John Muir Trail. So my husband Michael and I set out to thru-hike the John Muir Trail back in 2020. So that is a while ago now. We were aiming to finish it in 22 days, but due to some massive wildfires and a full national forest closure, we had to bail early. This is something we definitely didn't expect. So this series, for some reason, we decided to record like a daily podcast back then. This was before I even had the podcast. But this series is going to be showing you a real, raw, behind the scenes audio that we recorded on the trail when we were out there doing the John Muir Trail, as we dealt with all the highs, the lows, the relationship dynamics, and also the huge disappointment of getting kicked off the trail early in 2020, and then our eventual comeback in 2021 to finish it. So if you have ever dreamed of hiking the JMT, or you just love a good adventure story, you are going to love these sort of like bite-sized episodes that are coming up of our kind of behind the scenes trail diary. This is something that I've never released before. So I really think you're going to enjoy this, and it will kind of like fill that, adventure itch that you might be getting while we're taking a little break from our normal episodes. And this series will run through about mid-August, and then we will be back with fresh episodes on the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. If you're listening to this kind of midway in the series, be sure to go back and listen to previous episodes. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy this and that it's a nice little kind of thing to get you excited about your own adventures and maybe even eventually pursuing the John Muir Trail one day. All right, let's dive in. Hello, this is Allison.
And Michael.
And today is day 7 of our JMT adventure. And yesterday we actually we forgot to do a podcast. But that's because we were heading out for our first resupply out of Onion Valley. So we did a resupply package with the Mount Williamson Hotel, and we splurged a little bit for this one. But we can solidly report back now that it was totally worth the extra cost.
Absolutely.
So what they did is we had to be at the trailhead at Onion Valley, which is about 7 miles off of the JMT. We had to be there by 3 p.m. at the trailhead at Onion Valley, which goes over Kearsarge Pass. And then they picked us up from the trailhead and took us back to the Mount Williamson Hotel. And what was really cool is when we got there, they gave us they let us pick out a drink. And both Michael and I got Dr. Peppers.
Fizzy Pops.
Yeah.
They had beer too.
They did have beer. Yeah. And then...
But we had stuff to do. So if we knew a beer would just make us useless.
Yes. They had already put our resupply boxes in our rooms. And then they also gave us extra clothes to wear so that we could change out of everything that we owned and then put it in a little laundry basket and gave it to the woman who, I forget her name.
Yeah, I forget her name as well. I just remember Doug's name.
Yeah. And
the guy who drove us.
She took our laundry and did our laundry, so we were just like wearing hotel clothes for a while. And
those are not hotel clothes.
Yeah, they were just like basketball shorts and t-shirts. But it was great because we got to wash everything. We got like a cold drink, and then I think you and I pretty much immediately just showered right away.
Yep, and the couple bought the Mount Williamson Hotel like in 2017 because they did the JMT and they stayed there. And I guess they were originally from San Diego, so they bought the hotel, and so it's ran by backpackers who now help backpackers.
Yeah,
basically, and they're really nice.
The little hotel is super cute and like not something you'd expect in the town of Independence. If you've ever driven through Independence, there's not much there.
Nope, it's the Wild West.
But it was perfect and just what we needed, and we both took 2 showers actually. But anyways, so let's see. We hung out at the hotel for a long time and didn't do anything. And then we eventually got tacos.
There's like 2 restaurants in all of the town, and one of them's a taco truck. And boy, did we make the right choice.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. And
super good.
Such a like, just, I don't know.
It was a treat.
It was such a treat compared to like, I mean, we've been loving our food on the JMT, but like, you know, you eat the same thing over and over again. Eventually you kind of like crave something different. So it was nice. And then there was like a TV in the hotel room. We watched a little TV and ate tacos. And then like we went back out and got ice cream at the gas station.
Yeah. And then we basically went through our resupply and
split everything up for our next. So our next round, which we're currently doing our podcast from right now, is 7 days. 7 days till our next resupply. So it was our biggest stretch of carrying food. So our heaviest packs were today, and we were originally. So I guess so. Let's wrap up yesterday.
Yeah. Wrap up the morning. I mean, we were there less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
They picked us up at 3. We were back on the trail, dropped off at 9 or like 8:30.
Well, first off, we had breakfast too. I don't want to leave out.
It included breakfast.
Yeah,
yes.
like the whole package included breakfast, and then they also drop you back off at the trailhead at Onion Valley. So, like, if you have the spare change, I definitely recommend doing the hiker resupply package at Mount Williamson. It was so awesome. Like, I would do it again in a heartbeat.
And did anything exciting happen on the way there? Because we still had a full day before we got there at 3.
I don't know.
It was just kind of shorter day.
I feel like we powered through it because we had to get over Kearsarge Pass, and it was uphill the whole way from like Upper Vidette Meadow, pretty much.
Which we got
not
up
uphill the whole way. Uphill the whole way to the pass.
Yeah, and we got up pretty early to make it the 3 o'clock thing. We got there early.
Yeah.
So we got to wait under a tree and wait it out and rest. And Kearsarge Pass was beautiful. And we Bullfrog Lake was really nice.
Yeah. It's like an extra 7 miles, but I feel like it's totally worth it. Like it's just, and especially now after doing the Mount Williamson resupply, like it felt like worth the extra miles. Like I felt rejuvenated.
Yep. And all that relaxing and splurging we paid for because we had to go back up that damn hill.
That's true. So like today, again, we had breakfast, which was great. It was fruit. They gave us some fresh fruit and orange juice and coffee, which we haven't had coffee in like 7 days because we did not bring any with us on the JMT.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not one of those people that I have to have my coffee because I drink decaf.
We've both been drinking decaf mostly, but I think you and I like the ritual of like having a coffee in the morning, because when we're in the van, we always have, even if it's a decaf
for
coffee.
sure. But
and then
I haven't been
sometimes we
thinking
treat
about
ourselves with coffee. I mean, I think about it, but I'm also kind of lazy when I backpack. Like, I don't like, in the morning, I kind of just want to pack up and go. I don't like making a big fuss over breakfast.
I think about it on a regular day-to-day, like you know, because it's part of the morning routine, I guess, even though it's decaf. But
anyways, and we had eggs and bacon and like a sourdough English muffin. Oh my gosh.
So
and then they dropped us off at the trailhead at like 9ish.
Yep.
Today. And then we had to go back up Kearsarge Pass, which is actually steeper on the trailhead side than the other side. So it was about 3,000 feet of gain.
It was one of the bigger passes we've done.
Yeah, and we were originally going to do day 7 all the way to Rays Lake, but it would have been about 4,400 feet of gain, which is like, it's not like a showstopper necessarily, but
no,
we didn't get to choose what time we got dropped off at the trailhead. And if we were going to have a big day like that with our biggest, heaviest packs, we would have chosen to start much earlier.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
so we decided to come to Charlotte's Lake tonight,
which is where we're at right now. And it's very nice.
Yeah.
And it was
only about 8 miles to get
here. Yep.
And, you know, we only had to go over one pass versus like if we had gone to Rays Lake, we would have had to go over 2 passes, Glen Pass and Kearsarge.
Yeah. And so we actually had to walk down to this lake. So we'll have to do a little climbing out to get back on the trail. It's about 500
feet. I looked up.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just a little out of the way, but it's well worth not having done the second pass with the bags, because boy, did they feel heavy, especially after you've gone through 6 days of it getting lighter and lighter. And also there's like a heat wave going through California starting like today and through the next like 4 days. And today was pretty hot. It was. And we started, you start the Kearsarge Pass from the trailhead at Onion Valley, pretty low elevation, even though it's not actually that low, but compared to where we've been hiking. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty warm, even at 9 a.m, and you even had a little heat rash today.
My legs, so like, I don't know what it is. It's like my sensitive Texas body just, but I don't know, actually that doesn't make sense because it's hot in Texas too.
Yeah, but like, I guess it's moist. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's moisture. I don't know. The first time I ever got heat rash was hiking the rim to rim in the Grand Canyon. Yeah. And it was like the weirdest phenomenon because I was like, my legs are red and they're bumpy like I got like it got poison ivy or something. Yeah. And then I looked it up and it wasn't poison ivy. It wasn't like itchy like that. And I hadn't gotten any leaves and I realized it was heat rash. And now it's just like my curse. If it's ever too hot and too dry and we're in the sun, like all like exposed, like we were today, it always happens.
But you say it happens even with pants, even when you wear pants.
Yeah, because pants trap in the heat sometimes.
That's weird. So it's not just blocking the direct sun. Yeah. Because you've been hiking with shorts.
Yeah. I don't know, but it sucks, but we got here to the lake and then I sat like waist
deep sitting in the
water for like, I sat there for maybe like 30-40 minutes.
It was
until
nice.
my like legs went numb, and I do think that helped.
Nice cold water.
Yeah.
We have like our campsite's pretty close to the water, and there's a rock that serves as a miniature pier with 2 bucket seats that sit like at waist high in the water, so it was nice to sit there for a while. And
wait, I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh yeah?
What item did you lose today?
Oh Jesus. So after our slog up Kearsarge Pass, we hung out there, ate a little snack, and I went to hike up this rock, climb up this rock, actually, this huge block, to take a picture because it looked pretty epic. And came back, and then we were getting ready to go, and I had left one of my water bottles. I have 2 smart water bottles, which we've been using, in between the worst place. I don't know why, but I put it in between this crack where I was sitting. So you couldn't see it unless you were looking down into the crack. So I packed my bag up, put the food back in it. And then we took off. And then, of course, right when we get to the bottom of the switchbacks,
on the other side of Kearsarge Pass,
you realize that because you're walking behind me, that usually have a water bottle on each side of my bags on the side pockets, and you realize that one of them was missing. And I almost said, screw it, but that was just me being mad initially. Yeah, and then I put down my pack.
It's like, A, we don't want to leave trash, and then B, like, we have another, 16, 15 days.
Yeah, and even though sometimes we can get away with having a leader, there's been times when it's nice having 2. Especially me, I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
So anyways, I threw a fit, put my back down, and I went running back up the switchbacks with no pack, which was nice. I feel like after you have like a 40-pound pack, and you did the other side, that the switchbacks didn't bother me that much. It took like 30 minutes, but
and I just sat, and it took about 30 minutes, and I finished my book on tape, Big Magic.
Yeah.
While you were gone, and just chilled in the spot of shade I could find.
Yeah, I think that that's the third item I've left behind. Well, the second, the lens cap fell off. I don't know what I could have done about that.
It's the third item you lost temporarily.
And I didn't go back for the lens cap. I mean, that we were miles and miles away. But yeah, my trekking poles, literally the same thing. I left them at the top of a pass and I had to hike back.
I'm just wondering what you're gonna leave at Glen Pass.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Right. Probably my camera.
I tell him I'm like, you just need to take stock and make sure you have everything before you leave. But you
I had to run up and take that photo. It was worth it though. It's a good photo. But we also, on the way down, after getting my water bottle, we made some friends.
Well, sort of.
Briefly. Where it was the first people we met that were heading the same direction, the JMT northbound, that were exiting the very same day as us, but they were these college students.
They're very young.
A couple, it seemed like, in their 20s.
Young 20s.
I think they were 20.
20, 21 maybe.
20, 21. And we were just talking about how we hadn't met anybody yet. And we finally did, but we're too old for them. We weren't cool enough.
They're so much cooler than I was when I was 21.
Yeah, right. So they left us in the dust.
I know, we're mosey.
We were walking along with them for a while and
trying to talk,
chit-chatting.
I felt like we were just mostly asking them questions, and then you realize you're like, man, I'm not that interesting to a 21-year-old.
Yeah. Even though we're grown-ass people that have quit our jobs and we live in a van, that's not even that weird anymore for kids. But no, I think that we already knew we were gonna actually be staying in different places because they actually ended up doing that second.
Yeah,
they ended up doing that second pass we were originally gonna do. So whatever, they kept going ahead. We weren't really going in the same place. We might cross paths with them again, but
I think we're gonna pass them because they're taking a 0 day at BBR.
Yeah,
but we're not.
We're sure
we're not taking any 0 days. At least not any planned 0 days.
Yeah, but it's funny. All the interactions we've had with people, and I've loved, but it's usually when we're on the side of the trail taking a break or we reach a destination. But it's harder when you meet people on the trail because, actually, literally walking because you have to. You guys are walking different paces, taking breaks at different times. It's hard. It's hard to hear when there's you're behind 3 people and they're all talking, and the further away, the harder it is to hear.
Nice conversation with one guy on our way up Kearsarge, that David guy. You took a picture of him.
Yeah.
He was about to go down to Mount Williamson Hotel.
Solo hiker.
He's going southbound though. And we did swap some beta on, outlets and
what we can expect in the heading north and what he can expect going south.
Yeah.
And he was very, very nice. And he was, like I said, solo hiker, about the same age as us from the Bay Area. Super enthusiastic. And I'm stoked for him. He's going to have a good time at relaxing at Mount Williamson, even though it's for a short while.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. Like, you can kind of tell, like, the people you hike by that, like, want to talk and the people that don't want to talk. Like, you get, like, vibes from them. Like, sometimes, like, we'll start passing somebody and they kind of have, like, those, like, I always feel like I have eager eyes. I'm, like, curious to know, like, where are you headed? Where did you come from? But, like, sometimes you come up to people and they're like, they just look like, well, especially now in times of COVID, they'll just, like, turn their back and they, like, don't make eye contact. And you're just like, oh, okay, I'll just keep walking.
It's mostly because of that. Because people are usually very easy to talk to. But, there was one moment where we met people on the trail walking and they were like, I can't hear you. And they, like, pretended to take a break. Oh, I'm going to stop, put on some, and so it's funny. It seems like when you're taking a break and you come across somebody else and you shoot the shit for a while, that's the best. And sometimes you come across people going the opposite direction and you both stop and actually talk for a while and make a break out of it.
That's nice.
So
today was like, otherwise it was pretty uneventful. We just kind of came down here to Charlotte's Lake and it was like a easier-ish day. I mean, besides Kearsarge Pass and Michael going up it twice.
Yeah.
And then we made camp at Charlotte's Lake, which is really nice. I'd never been here before. It's like 0.7 miles off the JMT. Mm-hmm. But it gave us an easier day with our heaviest pack and us getting started later in the day. We like relaxing in the evening. Like, we like getting to our campground and having like 4 or 5 hours to like chill. And Michael likes to fish and I really like to read. And
which sometimes is not relaxing. I was
reading
like,
or the
fishing. Like, today, but I have this beautiful lake. Yeah, I can see the fish. It's like, but they just weren't, like, I got 2 bites on the 2 first casts I got.
You were like possessed though. Like,
it was weird. Like, I got 2 bites literally with the first 2 casts, and then I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. And then, like, I hooked one at one point, and it unhooked itself while I was fighting it or reeling it in. And then after that, nothing, just absolutely nothing. And I could see at times, sometimes I would see fish and I would cast out and they just ignore.
I kind of felt like I was like hanging out with a teenage boy because I was like, it was around dinner time. I'd been reading East of Eden like all evening and I'm obsessed. It's really good. Anyway, so it was like about 6:30 and I was like, we should probably eat dinner. It's going to get dark soon. So like I walked down and I like whistled at him. I was like, and he's like, what, dinner? And I was like, yeah, you should probably come in. Like, let's make dinner. And then he like kept casting for a little while and I'm like getting dinner already. And then
anyways, long story short.
No, let me finish. And then, like, he eats his dinner really quickly, and then he, like, runs back down to the water and does a few more casts.
It's because they start feeding at that point. Like, they feed in the evening, and they were obviously feeding because you could see all the ripples.
I just felt like mom. Like, I was, like, doing all the chores.
I know. Well, I'm new to it. So I'm like, well, they for sure are going to bite now. It's just weird. There's just something to fishing that I won't understand because sometimes they just don't bite at the bait.
They didn't like what you put out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
They weren't all about that black ant in the lake.
Yeah. But anyways, what I was getting at actually is that we get to camp, I put up the tent, we set up, and then I start fishing, and then actually my back starts hurting because for some reason, like the posture I'm in, like standing and casting, like activates my like muscle spasms. I don't know, from wearing a pack all day. So yeah, that should be the sign that I should stop. But today, like, you're right, I was possessed.
Yeah, you were possessed. Like, usually you're not that intense, but you were intense today.
Yeah, tomorrow we're not gonna be staying at Rays Lake like we planned to, and we've heard numerous times that Rays Lake is.
I've been to Rays Lake.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you keep acting like I've never been there.
But it's supposed to be really pretty, so we're actually gonna stop, maybe have a longer lunch there.
Yeah, we're gonna start early in the morning
And keep going.
and do a long lunch, and then we're gonna finish. Gosh, I forget the name of it, but it's it's near some bridge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
so
bridge area.
I'm looking forward to seeing Rays Lake. I was a little bummed that we weren't gonna be.
It was really hard to work
there.
out, like, unless we took made our stretch an 8-day stretch, because it's just like either like we would have had to do a long day to get there and probably wouldn't have gotten to enjoy it, or like take a day where we like hang out there, or like, I don't know, it's just mileage wise, sometimes you can't make it work how you want it to work.
Well, I hope it's not we're not skipping a really, really good part of it. But you've been there, so I trust you.
I mean, no, it's really great, but so is all of the JMT, so.
Yeah, no, it's been all great for sure, but sometimes there's those special spots.
Well, you can always come back to it.
Yeah.
He's like really set on the Rays Lake. We're gonna spend some time there. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's hyping it up.
No, I don't feel like anybody's really hyped it up. I feel like one person mentioned they
no,
liked
I've
Rays
heard
Lake.
numerous people.
Okay, well, it's nice. It's really nice. I mean, you can just ask me. I've been before.
I don't know. You're like weird about it.
No,
like, oh, it's nice. It was not as nice as some other places. I'm like, what other places? And I don't know.
I mean, like, when I did the Rays Lake loop, I thought it was a really cool backpacking trip, but it was never the one that like stood out to me. Like,
oh yeah,
like of all the other backpacking trips I've done in the Sierra, like Onion Valley to Whitney Portal is really, really beautiful, and like I really thought doing Happy Isle to Tuolumne and Tuolumne to Reds Meadow, those sections are really pretty, and I love the Cottonwood Lakes area. So like I just think about those places more than the Rays Lake loop was. But I mean, I really liked it, so if somebody was going to do it, I'd be like, yeah, do it. It's a really good loop. And I mean, I don't know.
How many miles is the loop?
The whole loop? I feel like it was around 30, 35, but I did it a few years ago.
Cool. Well, that's all I have.
Yeah,
that's all I can remember.
I think that's it.
We were
both
doing this one pretty late, so
yeah, we're both pretty tired.
Pretty spent.
And I want to read more of my book.
All right, nerd. I'm going to go fish.
I bet you will. You're going to get up in the middle of the night just until you hook one. So, but anyways, thanks for listening, y'all. We're going to sign out now.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I wanted to thank you real quick for tuning into the show and listening all the way to the end. If you love this episode and you want deeper support in becoming a safe, confident, and self-sufficient hiker and backpacker, then head over to shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist to learn more about our Backpacking Badass coaching program, where I teach you absolutely everything you need to know to be self-reliant on the trails and stop waiting around on others for the adventure invite. So I'd love to help you more in your journey of stepping into your adventurous identity, and that program is the absolute best place for us to start working together. So again, that's shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist, and you can learn all about it there. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you get to spend some time outside this week, and I'll be back very soon with a brand new episode. Bye.